I think it's important for these young people to believe that America continues to be a place where you can be anything you are man or woman enough to be. I don't believe that our grand experiment in America can last long in gridlock. You can have an opinion, I can have an opinion, we can argue about that, but we can argue without being disrespectful. We can argue in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. We can expose these young people to the idea that says, if you ain't talking, you ain't solving anything.
Now, Tommy speaks so passionately about this program that you can't help but be infected by the spirit. And it was really an amazing group of students. Presentations tonight were remarkable, and just even the little time I've been able to spend with them, this is an extraordinary group of young leaders.
Four-star leadership is probably the most valuable camp that I've ever been a part of, from the standpoint that it is desperately needed in our culture right now.
The Leadership Institute that General Franks has is a tremendous opportunity to really concentrate in a powerful way for a week to influence young people positively, to then send them out so that they can have an impact on others.
Well, I'm really big on making a difference, and once I heard about the program, I knew instantly that this would be the program that could help me get the tools that I need to make a difference.
Oh, I've most certainly grown. I mean, I've never been formally trained in leadership before, and to get to come here and listen to all these brilliant men who have been through so much, I mean, it's not only an honor, but it's life-changing.
It's so important because whether it's in business or in life or in relationships, character matters, and particularly in public life, the authenticity that comes from true character expressed in action is really important.
At the heart of it, character is really about the model, the mental model of what you believe. And so character comes from what do people believe about themselves. So the next generation, if they don't believe in themselves, if they don't believe in a life of service, if they don't believe in compassion, if they don't believe in those types of things, the world that they create ends up being a very different kind of world.
Character is a big deal. There are lots of leaders that are out there that are just natural leaders, but you can be a leader for good or a leader for bad. And lots of people have great natural leadership skills and they lead people in exactly the wrong direction.
Vision is one of the most important and often overlooked parts of political leadership. You know, something that's ingrained inside of them, a vision of what it is that they want to achieve, a view of what they want the future to be like.
Governor Fallon talked about it when she said, vision is seeing what's out there and what the potential is, and now how do we achieve it?
This week, something that was stressed a lot was listening. And I found that really profound. And then when I was talking to other people after we heard these things and I tried to apply listening more to my conversations, I saw a really big change in the way I communicated with people. And so I'd just like to take that skill of really active listening back to my community because I think it builds relationships and it makes other people better.
It doesn't help to have a vision if you can't express it. It doesn't matter as much to have character and not be able to act upon it. It's not, you know, it really communicating what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it and persuading people is an absolute vital part of leadership, particularly in a democracy like ours.
The word communication this week I realized is so much more than that. It's you listening to the other individual just as much as it is you telling the other individual your idea. So just the knowledge that it goes both ways is something that I've never even really thought of, and it's truly a profound idea.
If it's not really the golden rule of doing unto others as you'd like to be done to yourself, it becomes intellectual, sterile, and divorced from reality.
We have to do something that's going to make things better. So caring is not about, I feel your pain. Caring is about coming up with solutions that actually make people better.
In order to have the other things, you have to care. Because a lot of our speakers have talked about you can't do what you want to do and successfully do it if the people you're working for don't believe that you care.
I want to see them react and respond to the stimulus that's around them and to each other, and to understand that they're part of a much bigger group of people, and that is humanity.
The young people of today have so many influences impacting them, particularly in our digital age. So they've got YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Flickr, and so they're bombarded, and we have to make sure they're getting positive input.
Leadership's not about yourself. Leadership's about other people and trying to help other people. So if you don't care about other people, you're just focused on yourself.
This was a life-changing program for me. I came into the program unsure and not very confident, but today I can leave the program knowing that I am able to be a leader and that I'm able to do great things in my life.
And we heard the students tonight talk about General Franks looking them in the eye, calling them by name, touching them meaningfully. I think that's all about building that relationship, and once you build that relationship, then you have the opportunity to influence that person.
We have a culture where people are disgruntled, where people are dismayed, they're worried about the future of our country, worried about the future of the world.
We're one generation away from disaster, and it depends on leadership. Every generation that we raise up and inculcate these values of leadership, the 4 stars of this program, the better off we are as a country.
Our population is supposed to increase to 9 billion people. Energy use will be doubled.
There's a certain elegance in building doors where others want to build walls. There's a certain practicality in learning to be able to disagree without being disagreeable.